GNT Show is intended for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised. These are the voyages of the GNT Show. Our continuing mission to explore Star Trek storytelling, to seek out new worlds and interesting characters, to bold we got where no show has gone before. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the GNT Show, episode 250. I'm Terry Lynn, and across the table, today wearing a very worn, very sad-looking scant, is Gettysburg 7.
Joel on true bitches, and none of my scants are sad-looking.
I just thought you'd been wearing it
Surely
since Las Vegas. You haven't taken it off yet, have you?
Oh, I've taken it off.
It just looks a little disheveled.
Oh, okay.
Well, there was a warp core reactor breach, and
Well,
let me
there
just
you
say that
have it, Steve. Oh, my word.
going through the Jeffries tube in a scant can lead to some situations. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's like a kilt.
Mm-hmm. And Geordie's a creeper.
Never go in the Jeffries tube in front of him, okay?
No.
There's a lesson for you right there.
Yes. Ooh, look at you. Ooh, got you with the spanner. Shut up. All right. Sitting across the table from me to my, not across the table, to my left, your right, on keyboards, it's Terry Lynn Partridge.
Oh, I think I love you.
I think I love you.
So what am I so afraid of? I'm afraid that I'm not sure of. Okay.
To my right, your left, wearing his glittery vest over his Klingon armor, it's Ceridium Partridge on drums.
Kabla.
You telling me he's the Danny Bonaducci of the game?
He's the Danny Bonaducci of the group.
I don't know if I should be insulted or not.
Google it.
Yeah. Across
Just
the
go with it.
table, on the bass, it's Jesfa Partridge.
I woke up in love this morning.
There you go.
Oh, well done.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
And this, you playing the role of Reuben Kincaid,
I
it's
recognize
Kajiro Vance.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Did you ever get the feeling Reuben was a kid toucher?
No.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
No.
he always seemed a little bit of a creeper. to me.
Really?
Thank you. Yes.
Oh, come on.
I think
the
he was just
manager. He was always
permanently
hanging
annoyed.
around.
He was just
He was the
permanently
manager.
annoyed.
He was always hanging around. Come on.
He had a very close relationship with Danny, I'm just saying.
No, with the what was? Never mind.
Yeah. Don't go there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Why are they posting nude pictures in the chat room again?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
let's
don't
start
know.
off the way it goes.
They're trying
Oh
to
my
make
gosh,
sure
you guys.
Nick wakes
Let's
up.
start off. Oh, coffee clutch. What? Let's start. Hey, Kojiro, what'd you do this week?
I got a new toy.
You did?
I got a new toy. I'm very excited about it. In fact, I'm using it right now.
Does it use D batteries or?
It's very long.
It's very long. It's very long. Yes, thank you. And no, it doesn't need batteries. It plugs in. No, I bought a new monitor, and I know that sounds kind of like okay, whatever. But this thing is pretty damn cool. It's about twice the width of a normal monitor. And the cool thing is I can plug two computers into it and go split screen and have both PCs showing on my monitor, plus I can use one keyboard to go between the two. And I know that kind of seems a little bit anticlimactic at that point, but it's pretty freaking cool.
You've got me on the edge of my seat, big guy.
It's really
I know. When I start talking tech, I got them riveted.
I'm riveted. But that's just me.
It's nice because Alan will be able to work from home as necessary.
Yay.
Yeah, it's cool. Hey,
And
Sarid.
Just
yeah?
so you all know, as necessary means when Terry tells him to.
No.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Miss Jespa, what'd you do this week?
Oh God, what did I do this week? I don't know, just worked. Yeah, very exciting.
You're just a ball of energy.
Yeah, I don't know. I worked. I wrote. Oh yeah. I don't. Yeah, Mike
Are
and
you
I.
drunk?
No, I'm not. No, Mike and I got our edits back. We're going to be published next month, actually,
I'm
in
so
an
excited for you guys.
in an anthology. This is an anthology. It's actually the second that we've done. I was a part of the first one as well. This anthology is to fight Alzheimer's, so the proceeds go to the Alzheimer's Association.
Very cool.
To
What's
who?
the name of it? Do we know?
It's called The Longest Night Watch.
To who?
You forgot already.
I did.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, Nick.
Hey, she was right there with me, so don't even start.
So bad, but funny. Not bad. Well, very cool. So when does the book come out? Oh, you are still in edit mode, so.
Yeah, I think it'll be
Early to mid September is from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, around Rosh Hashanah or so.
Very cool.
For those of you who keep track by the Hebrew calendar.
Actually, I kind of do because my birthday's right around then.
See? There you go. Apples, honey, and an Alzheimer's Association anthology. It's what we do.
Very, very cool. Well, congratulations, you two. Nick,
Thank you.
what did you do this week?
Oh, work.
Yeah.
And we got a cat.
I saw the kitty.
Isn't she adorable?
Yeah, the
Oh my
kitty.
God, she's adorable. How old is she?
2.
Oh, she's so cute.
Yeah, her name is Mochi.
I am like the ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Is that because she's all different flavors?
Yep.
So she's like green tea and peach,
Yeah, she
mango.
is. And she is the most lovey cat I've ever had. I mean, she just thrives on cuddling.
Sweet. Oh, that's cool.
She's just waiting for that moment to go for the throat. I'm just
That's
warning
what
you.
they do. That's what they do. But that's okay.
She's biding her time, waiting, you know.
Well, I was sitting on the toilet last night, and this little paw kept coming under the door trying to attack my foot.
You were out of sight for 5 seconds. I got
She
scared.
does. She does like a dog. When I come in, she just comes running out to greet me. It's so cute.
Aw, that is cute.
Yeah, she's very adorable. And today is my lovely bride's birthday, so I'd like to wish her a happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And Mikey,
Yes.
what'd you do?
Stuff.
And things?
Stop.
Stuff and
Um,
things, or just stuff?
There were a few things. Let's see. Started, or whoops, I just hit the mic. That's
Good
not
job.
good. Yes.
And that's why he's the Danny Bonaducci.
Boom, boom. Got some more work on 24 hours of G&T. So I'm very excited about that. Worked through some edits on the story that Janet had mentioned for the project Janet had mentioned. So got some work done on that. But really, I've been playing games a lot of games.
Very cool. What'd you play?
There are events going on in timelines. There was also a glitch with the original event, so they pulled
there
it down,
was.
and then they relaunched it as a shuttle event instead of the crafting event. So working on that. Transformers, Earth Wars. There's an event going on in there. I'm kicking ass on that one too, and then of course Stowe.
Okay, so I got a message in timelines. You know
Okay.
what? We'll talk about that under the games thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because I wanted to ask a question about that. So,
Sure.
yeah, I did. As far as what I did this week, I did, work, and I'm starting to actually get ready and prepared to fly to New York for Mission New York, which is coming up this weekend.
When do you
And
guys fly out? Because I need to get you guys schedules.
I fly on Thursday. I'm actually showing up earlier than Janet and Nick.
Okay, I'll get the schedule done by then.
Cool. And then the con starts on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we got our press passes. Nick,
Yeah.
did you get yours?
Nope.
Whoop, not yet.
Nope.
Did you forward your mail?
Yep.
Okay. I will keep my fingers crossed. Let's see. So I got that in the mail this week, and I got we have a camera ready to go. We have our recording stuff ready to go, and I have a backpack that I can put it all in. so we can carry it around for 3
Backpack.
days. What was that, Nick?
Backpack.
Backpack. And
Dora.
I know. Looking forward to getting there. Going to be very, very interesting. Lots of interesting panels. Lots of literary panels, which is nice. You know, Simon and Schuster is going to have a booth there, so I'm excited
Simon
about.
Cowell is too.
Who? He is not.
Why would I lie?
Because you're silly. And I'm excited about meeting David Mack and Marco Palmieri.
Marco's dreamy.
Is he? Can't wait. All right, let's start the show. Let's just start off with gaming news.
I want to play a Star Trek game. Gaming news.
Timelines. We'll just talk about Star Trek timelines right now. Mr. Ceridium.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and Nick, what the hell happened? There was some
Well-
kind of a. Yeah, go ahead, Nick.
I don't know because last Saturday I dropped my phone and broke it.
Oh,
Oh no.
So I just got a new phone back like Friday or
Okay.
Thursday. So I logged on and there was like 40 messages on my timelines thing, you know, my normal collections to
For PvP.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then this message about something about that didn't go right and there's
Yeah.
this and this and this
Yeah.
and I was like, "What?"
Basically,
All I know is I was kicking ass on the event, the one where it was Mirror Universe, I think. No, that's this one. The one before.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing really well in it.
Right on. Let's see. What's happening this time is they released the new event, which was a crafting event on Thursday. Everything seemed to be going okay. All their internal testing showed that everything was working, but once they got it live, what was happening on quite a few players, because it happened to me and as well, is certain crafting recipes would automatically force the game to crash, and it was just constantly happening. So they decided to pull the event, and then I think it was like Thursday afternoon when they pulled it. Friday afternoon, they released. They finally had a plan on what to do next, and what they have decided to do was keep the same factions. So it's the Mirror Universe, the can't think of the three factions.
Ferengi, Mirror Universe, and something else.
Is it Section 31?
Yes, thank you. See, we all got one. Okay, so they're keeping the same factions, but they have now converted the mission or the event into a shuttle event.
Right.
So that's basically what has happened. Because of their error, I believe some people were sent chronotons and other things, so to kind of make up for the trouble. But yeah, that's basically it.
So that was my thing. Is I got my message saying that here is 1,000 chronotons,
Yep.
Yeah.
and it didn't.
It didn't.
No,
It didn't
And-
take?
it didn't take.
Did you log out and log back in? Because sometimes I have to do that.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll have to do that then.
That's
yeah,
what you
when
have
you
to
log
do.
back in, it'll be in there.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes you can
Can
kind
you
of
have? Is there a limit to how many chronotons you can have?
No.
Not that I have not seen
Probably
that.
a quintillion or something, but I've never seen it.
Okay, because I had 600, almost
Oh,
700.
shut up.
Yeah.
See,
I
it's the crafting events that you save up for.
do.
And
I save up for him.
I had messaged Terry Thursday morning saying, Terry, crafting event this weekend.
Yeah.
And got her all excited, and then
Yeah.
And then you broke
Unfortunately,
it.
but yeah, they broke it. I really love the crafting events because I don't know, I just do. And when I save up enough, I save up a lot of chronotons for them, so I can just so I don't
ride
have
it
to
out.
wait. Yeah, I can just play. But that's kind of my playing style anyway. Is I'll get in and I'll do my dailies.
Is that a code?
You know what's funny is I don't really play. You know, I'm still only on what's the what do they call the time the mission storylines?
Oh, the
Right.
episodes, yeah.
Yeah, the episode. I'm still only on number 4,
Okay.
but my captain's a level 19, and I very rarely play the storylines. What I do is I go in and I just go in to manage my crew, and I try to advance them as much as possible.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll pull up a particular crew member and say, okay, how many items do they have? Oh, I only need one more item to advance them. So I'll pull up that item and I'll try to get that item.
Yeah.
Instead of playing, particular story missions. Namely, because I have a lot of really low and mid-level crew right now, and I need to jack them up. The really high-level crew that I have that are like level 70 or 80, they're all 1 or 2 stars because I'd been playing them so much because of the cadet,
Right.
the Riker stuff. So I really, really should take some of I have actually quite a few 5-star crew members that are fucking awesome that I haven't done dick with. So I have to really work on
Well-
them and get them leveled up.
Yeah. Well, see, there's a benefit to playing through the story besides the story. It unlocks easier and better ways to earn some of those items
Yeah.
that you need to level up your crew. So, in fact, this weekend I finally started episode 7. I'm about halfway through on that. So. I'm enjoying the story, and it's having to do with the Romulan Empire and the power vacuum that is going on because of all these converging timelines. So check it out. Definitely recommending it.
Yeah.
But Terry, because you had mentioned that the crafting event is your favorite.
Yeah, it is.
For me, it's my least favorite.
Yeah.
And
Sorry.
that's because I go through.
You burn through the chronotons.
I burn through the chronotons. As soon as
Yeah.
I get them, I spin them. And that's, leveling up crew, trying to, get those high level items that I'm trying to get, playing through the story. So I go through them as fast as I can get them.
Yeah.
So I do very poorly on this event.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
poorly
sorry.
for me is still in the, rank 200-300 range.
Oh my God, that's crazy. I like the way that I collect the chronotons, by the way, is because I don't play the game all that often because, I'm
Mhm.
working
Yeah.
and I'm doing other, but what I'll do is if I'm at work and I'm on my phone, what I'll do is I'll sign on real quick, get my chronoton sign off.
Yeah.
I just collect them. I just collect them. So it's pretty easy for me over the course of a week to get a couple hundred chronotons. And again, when I actually have time to sit and play, which is usually at home in front of the TV or something like that, then, or if I sometimes I'll play like an hour before I go to bed or something, then that's when I actually use them. And
When she
that's what I
sits
was
down
looking
to play,
for.
that's when Alan comes out in the Silk Grove and he's like,
Yeah.
"Let's get it on."
Let's get it on. You know what we need is Anthony there. We need Anthony to kind of go, let's get it on.
Oh, hello,
Um,
Mochi. Hi.
So, the sad that it had to be converted to a shuttle event.
They are planning on fixing it and then releasing it at a later time, but they did not know when that will be.
Okay,
So it'll come back.
I'm sure it will. And we're looking forward to speaking to the people from Timelines over at Mission New York. We have our appointment.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. We have our appointment. See, that's the thing. I have to just say right off the bat right now, I'm loving the professional treatment. I'm liking that a lot. This seems to be a pretty well organized function, and I'm liking it. Let's talk about Star Trek Online, shall we?
If we must.
Okay, so who could have laid money down that the moment that they came out with a tier 6 Connie, that there would still be a boatload of unhappy people?
I knew rage would happen in
Of course it was
less
going
than 30
to.
seconds.
Star Trek Online finally is releasing sort of a tier 6 23rd century 1701. and
Mhm.
it is going on 6.5 years now, going on 7 years. This is something that the fans, many of the players have always wanted,
An
which
end
was
game constitution.
which is an end game Constitution class ship, meaning that they can kick ass with a Connie as much as you could. Scimitar. I mean, a
Mhm.
big, powerful.
I'm sorry, I had to step away for a second. What were we talking about?
Oh, the tier 6 Connie.
Oh, the Kelvin one?
No,
No.
they came out with the 23rd century, 1701.
Yeah. This is from the Star Trek Online R&D packs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say I love
The Kelvins.
I love my Kelvin Connie. I love it so much. And then
It's
she's-
awesome.
She's
Nick's
all
just had
out-
a series of small strokes.
Yeah, she's all outfitted with hey, my doppelganger. She's all outfitted with temporal chronoton weapons
Oh, cool.
from the reputation.
From the Reputation.
Yeah. So when
Oh,
I go and
cool.
do the Battle of Procyon 5 and stuff, it is amazing how much faster you take down the
Really?
yeah.
Oh, cool. That's very
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I have to be honest, I haven't been in game in almost 2 weeks. So,
Wow, I felt guilty for missing a day.
hey, I just got my rig back. I just got my computer back on Thursday.
Oh, it's Zero. Look, it's Zero. And
so
she's
cute.
got some weird tumor on her head. Oh, that's Woody. Hi, Woody.
Woody's posting pics of Star Trek Las Vegas in the chat room.
Speaking of Stowe, I have to say I was talking up to oh, look at Jesse. I was telling people about how nice it was to finally meet Woody in person,
Yeah, I was happy to see him too.
and I still have a few Tim Tams left.
I don't.
I parcel them out. I mean, I have them in
ate
work.
them all.
My boss was having a day, and she was like, really. People are fucking idiots.
I did that was. I'm sorry. That is the coolest thing. Jespa just posted a note in our TeamSpeak chat, and I got a pop up on my screen. When did that happen? When did that start?
I don't know. I didn't get it.
Wasn't me. I don't know.
It's got a little
I'm scared.
radio tower. It's got a TeamSpeak logo in there.
Well,
and it
how'd you
says-
get that?
I don't know. It just started.
Holy cow! I don't get that. That's weird.
You know what I think it is? Oh, look at that.
Aliens?
Look at Terry with the tier 6.
Oh my god, that is so cool. That
What?
I think it's Overwolf.
What is Overwolf?
It's a program that came with my fucking new keyboard.
Oh, really?
Oh, that is cool. That was awesome.
That's very cool.
So I didn't have to drop the window to look at the TeamSpeak.
Oh, that's really awesome.
That's
Ooh.
very cool.
That is a time to look
This
at
is
Al.
Overwolf.
Look at Woody. You could have smiled, dude.
Overwolf is also part of TeamSpeak. It's an add-on you can get
Oh,
for it. So
really?
it probably integrates with your keyboard fairly well. That's probably what happened, because I don't know what you're saying.
It was very well. You know how? Here's another
Like,
example.
you know how on your phone, if you get a Facebook message, it pops up and it says you have a Facebook message.
Okay, yeah.
She
This
got
one-
that on her computer.
On my or another example is if you're using Steam and somebody pops and somebody you know or who you're friend with, it says they're now online, and that little pop up comes in the bottom right hand corner of your screen.
This all assumes that I have friends.
Damn fine point. That's a damn fine
the little
point.
pop up in the bottom of my screen said Jespa just said and showed the Intrepid link, and it gave me
Cool.
the option to bring up TeamSpeak or to reply without having to bring TeamSpeak up and overlay on top of my screen. So it was-
Interesting.
that was cool. Sorry.
Right on.
Again. So back
But-
to Star Trek Online.
Yeah. Where were we? 'Cause
You were
we
talking about Woody.
Oh yeah, the Tim Tams. So we
Yeah.
had something when you have an extremely short suspense, and by short suspense I mean when the general says, "I need this in 20 minutes," and you've heard nothing about it until that point. So my boss was kind of railing, and we're all running around, not railing like fuck this, but just like, directing traffic, if you will. And so I walked over and I said, "Would you care for a Tim Tam?"
And
because she loves her chocolate. And she looked at me. She said, "What the hell is a Tim Tam?" I said, "Oh, you untraveled wench." So she enjoyed a Tim Tam, and it calmed her down. So thank you, Woodrow.
I love them. They're very tasty.
I was a little disappointed in Baz this year
Why?
because he didn't leave the computer open with his Twitter open for me to play with again.
We could. Yeah, the last time we saw Bazzy at the convention, he unfortunately made the mistake of leaving
Not
his
logging
Twitter
out of
open
his
on
Twitter
my
our
computer.
And I noticed it.
And then he took over the account.
I
It was-
I didn't do anything bad. I just
No.
had him saying that he wanted to be producer of the G&T show. And Mike is seeing these tweets going, "What the hell? Why is Baz doing that?" And I'm in the corner chuckling as I'm typing.
Well, kind of getting back to Star Trek Online.
I didn't get Tim Tams.
No, you didn't.
What?
I'm Tim Tam free as well, so
Well,
you know.
how did you not get any, Mike?
I'm not as popular as some people.
No, Baz said he
Mhm.
had some for you.
Did
Oh.
I take them? I might have stolen.
Might have.
I might
And
have
even if
stolen them.
Baz didn't say that, I'm still blaming it on Baz because Woody's too nice.
I might have stolen them. Sorry, Mike.
Okay.
Because I know Woody said he had some for everybody. Because he brought like a crate.
I know.
Yeah,
By
but
the way,
he was also handing them out to everybody.
I know.
So
By the way, Woody, video.
By the way,
totally
Woody, I hope you had
understood
an.
that
I am assuming that after offloading the Tim Tams, you had plenty of room in your luggage for the things that you purchased.
I think that's what the plan was. Yeah,
Oh, smart.
I
Smart.
loved his video too. The drive
Yeah.
to church, Woody. Thank you for that drive down through Australia. By the way, you were driving on the wrong side of the street, just so you know. Look, he
kinda
brought
back-
24 packets of Tim Tams.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
God,
That's
Woody,
cool though.
that's a whole suitcase, isn't it? How do you explain that in TSA?
I don't know. All right, did you see the stats on this thing though? On the Tier 6, Connie? And
have not.
by the way, there's also a tier. It's a 23rd century. It's a K7, right? A D7.
D7.
And
Case of
and then
space
and
station.
then the Tallis, the Tier 6 Tallis.
I'm turgid.
These things are awesome, but of course everybody's pissed off because you only have a chance of getting one if you buy an R&D pack.
Well,
So-
see, this brings us back to the controversy over the Jemadar ships that were only part of bridge officers. Except this one's actually better. This is actually better because there isn't a limit to how many R&D packs you can buy or own. Whereas with the duty officers, you were limited to a max if you had purchased all the extra slots, up to 400.
Right.
So, I mean, this is infinitely better because you don't have to dump a whole bunch of duty officers
And
in
not
order
the
to
least
keep
of
trying
which is
again.
those R&D materials are really fucking useful.
Yes.
They are. So
I'm still upset
Granted-
I don't have my Latinum R&D ship.
granted,
I
Darn
don't
that.
either. Go ahead, Mike.
granted, you don't have. I don't have room for any more R&D. So, plus I'm currently broke. I'm playing 3 games, so
Well, that's your own fault, Mike.
So
I know. I'm personally, I bought a few packs because, to be honest with you, I bought a few packs because I can really use the R&D materials. I'm not desperate for a Tier 6 23rd century ship. I really like my Kelvin. I really like the ships that I've got. My other, I'm good. I'm not, I'm not
No.
panicked about not getting one. So
Yeah, I'm the same way because the only reason I have the Kelvin ship is because I got it in a lockbox.
Right.
And so,
Congratulations,
That
brother.
was fucking awesome.
I don't
couldn't
have
believe
that
it.
kind of luck.
But Mike, again, look how long we've been playing. That's the first time I've gotten a ship of
Oh.
any kind.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I, not like I
I'm-
should get a Latinum Ferengi ship because it's not like I haven't, spent a lot of money, and
I
I'd
actually-
like to know what the threshold was for that.
I actually flew that one. I'm flying that one right now on my
How is it?
agent of yesterday. That thing's pretty awesome.
Oh, shut up.
Are you talking about the gold Ferengi ship?
Yeah, the Latinum.
That's too funny.
It's highly granted, I've been flying
You've been flying cruisers, though.
cruisers, and all of a sudden this thing, it can take a wallop and it can turn on a dime and it's fast as hell. I'm very pleased. But
So it's like a good raider?
it's a very good raider. I'm very happy with it. In fact, I might be going back to it once I get more Starship specialties on that character.
Wow.
But it's in Stowe lately. I've been actually, you know how Agents of Yesterday we had that checklist that that device that brings up the list of things that you should do to earn rewards for your other characters.
Oh, I have to look at that. Thank you.
I have 3 more to do.
Oh, shut up.
Really?
We gotta get Mike laid.
Oh my. Oh my God! He's just playing a game. It's awesome. I'm just happy to have my computer back. I mean, I'll be back into Stowe. I'll be back into Stowe as soon as I jumped in real quick on Friday evening, so I could actually I jumped in the game so I could get some mail that I knew that I had because somebody told me they sent me mail in game. So
yes, Caspian, we have a new partnership.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right.
and yeah, we'll be talking about that. And then I got into Neverwinter, and I played Neverwinter. I've been enjoying Neverwinter in a big way. I really have. So
I finally was able to get. Did I tell you what happened with my Xbox Live?
no,
Oh, motherfucker. So I moved here in April, right?
right?
I haven't been able to get on my Xbox Live because it wouldn't connect through my internet. Now I'm no longer using the hotspot, of course. I have real internet for it finally, and it wouldn't connect. I called the cable company. The guy tried to help me through it. Nothing. This months ago, I called Xbox Live customer support, who, believe it or not, was very helpful.
Good.
And they said that the kind of router that we have has been known to have issues connecting with Xbox Live, so I should, probably get a different router and all of this. So I was like, oh, fuck, I don't want to do that. So I called my cable company the other day because we had a thunderstorm, and it turned out that it fried the HDMI port on the back of my TV.
Whoa.
Oh crap!
Yeah.
That's a bad
So yeah, we've had some horrific ones. So I couldn't watch my cable and I couldn't watch my Blu-ray because they were both, hooked in through the port. So I called the guy and made the appointment for somebody to come out and look at my TV. And we were talking, and as we were talking, I just said, and I said something because my cable's through the same company as my internet, Antietam Cable. So, with the way they do that with the so
The bundling.
Thank you. And I said something about, and I need to get a new router, and he was like, really? He's like, why? He's like, I play my Xbox Live all the time with my daughter, and we were talking. In the end, it turns out, so we go, and he's like, have you tried this? Have you tried this? And he's like, do you have your password in? I said, yeah, and I read the password. He's like, that's not your password. I was like, what do you mean that's not my password? That's the password that I wrote down that they gave me. He's like, no, that's not your password. So he gives me what is my password. I'm on Xbox Live now.
Oh, yay.
4 months ago, they gave me the wrong password.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I got on, so it took forever. 4 months. Oh my God. The
update on that would have sucked.
Yeah. But I started playing Borderlands 2 last night.
Oh my God.
I love the Borderlands series. They're so fun and so different. Have you ever played those, Mike?
No, I do not.
You've got to at least see if
It's another post-apocalyptic shoot 'em.
I think
it's on another planet.
I think Xbox Live did offer it as one of their games for gold.
Yeah, and
I downloaded it. I have not played it.
Yeah, the Borderlands. It's like a comic book. The way the art is on it.
Oh, cool.
It's really, and it's hilarious. I mean, the characters are funny and everything. Yeah, so I started playing that last night. But yeah, what a pain in the ass. And it explains like why when I tried to watch the Olympics at work, the password wasn't working because you know how you can log on to NBC or any of them with your cable password. it wouldn't take it. And I was like, what the hell? I don't understand. This is right off my thing, and blah, 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 blah. And, well, that was why.
Interesting.
Cool.
Well, in other gaming news, sorry it's not Stowe, but it's something I'm looking forward to and excited about. September, I believe 25th, the next wave of Lego Dimensions comes out. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. I love Lego Dimensions.
I'm actually really excited to kind of take a look at the new virtual reality Star Trek game that is going to be shown at Mission New York. They're going to have a whole gaming row. I mean, Timelines, Star Trek Online, and the VR game are all going to be kind of right next to each other. So it's going to be neat to see all of it kind of out there and together and laid out. So I want to see what that's going to be like. I'm liking the idea. I know that virtual reality equipment right now is very expensive. I think it's a few $100s for an individual to have it all what they need. But the idea that you can actually play this game with others, regardless of where they're at, is what I think is so exciting. Is that if it's a team of 4 that plays this game, that you don't have to be in the same room.
We will lose Mike forever.
But who? Here's the thing: is that if it was, who would be the captain?
Zero.
Zero. I think it looks like fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, you could alternate. You could, one time somebody's the captain, next time somebody's the captain.
Course.
Hello, Lady Renegade.
Yay! Hi, Janice. And thank you for the pictures, Janice. We got some amazing pictures from Miss Lady Renegade from Star Trek Las Vegas. So you'll be posting those soon, won't you, Mikey?
Early next week is the plan.
Okay.
So basically, this new VR game is we're all Anar.
Trying to control Romulan,
right?
We're blind too.
Oh, that's too funny.
We're blind albinos.
Everybody stay out of the sun. Be careful. Use sunscreen.
Oh, and the Zika is just horrible on Romulus this time of year.
Oh my God, people. Wear a hat. A big freaking hat. The
Big
size of a
hat.
golf umbrella. Huge. This is the problem on Enar. Everybody gets hit with umbrellas. In the big hats, everybody's got bruises right around at the neck area because they keep hitting each other with these huge hats. This is a problem. They don't tell you about this. But we're telling you here on the G&T show because we care about our listeners, okay?
We do?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, some of them.
We do have some general news, which we're just going to kind of skim through real quickly.
What's new in the Star Trek universe? General news.
The first thing that Mike has got up here as far as a link is concerned is actually one I do want to send out our love. CNN did a biopic, kind of a profile, shall you say, of our friend Kayla Iacovino.
Yay!
Who happens to be a volcanologist. If you did not know that, then you do now.
She studies Vulcans.
She studies volcanoes.
She's on the Vulcanian expedition.
Oh, volcanoes.
And
she's never heard that one before. Mike.
Yeah, exactly. And they even make don't they even misspell it in the? They do. They misspell it in the article. They say volcanologist, not volcanologist, and it's just whatever. The poor thing.
They also study Vulcans.
Yeah, it's what happens when you're a volcanologist that's a Trekkie. But it's very cool. So congratulations, Kayla. It was a great profile, and it was very cool.
If anyone is looking for a role model for their child, male or female, just look at her and follow her because she's one of the amazing human beings.
She really is.
She was also on Star Trek Continues.
She was. Mm-hmm. And now John Champion is too now. Did you see that?
I saw that too.
Yeah.
Look at Mike in the picture.
I get what picture? Oh, is it in the chat room?
With Duke of Rock and Woody.
Oh, that's awesome.
And Mike's like, what do you want from me?
I don't know what I was doing.
There is a $1.5 million Star Trek home theater that was
They don't mess around.
Yeah, that's freaking crazy. Michael put the link in the chat room and then in the
I mean,
And the
they
link, unfortunately, doesn't come up right.
yeah, sadly, the site is kind of foobar, but
Funky. Oh,
but
well.
I mean, it's cool. It's TNG inspired, and it's got like 8 chairs, seating for 8, and they're convertible into beds, and I mean, if that isn't cool, there's about $1 million worth of Star Trek props and memorabilia, so that's kind of why it's $1.5 million. But I mean, it's pretty awesome. But what I found most intriguing is that there's a D-Box controller that manipulates hydraulics that are installed beneath the floorboards, so the whole room shakes when anything loud happens on the screen.
Kind of like the theater that we just went to for Star Trek Beyond. That's cool.
Oh,
Ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen, this is the definition of FU money.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh my God, yeah.
Seriously. Finally, there's an interesting article from Will Wheaton regarding the 50th anniversary, and he talks about what it was like to grow up in Star Trek. CNET has this article. We will post the. I didn't get a chance to read it. Is there anything? I mean, other than what I'm assuming he says. I mean, he talks
I
about
was
it all the time.
surprised that Gene touched him. I really had never
Dude.
heard that before, and it was stunning revelation.
No.
I mean,
No, he gave him a hug. What did you think I meant?
Yeah.
He talks about the inspiration that he received from working with Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart.
So I mean, he goes through the whole gamut. I mean, he talks about Whoopi. He talks about the new Star Trek series and what Wesley would be like now if Next Generation was still on the air. So it's kind of interesting article. So check it out.
That's cool. Let's move on to some television news.
Grab the remote. Star Trek's on. Television news.
Terry's got a song in her heart.
I'm
I
excited
think I
because
love you.
I want to be at this panel with Nicholas Meyer and Kirsten Beyer. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to hearing what they have to say.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna sneak a
there's-
recorder in.
Yeah.
for
Well,
me?
Variety had an article this week regarding the challenges that the new Star Trek series has on CBS All Access, which is pretty realistic. You know, there is some risk, which I have to say I'm still really proud of CBS for taking the risk. I do. I'm still really proud. The thing is, you know, it's going to be on CBS All Access, which is a pay channel, and it's going to be their first anchor show, which will
It's
be
an anchor
solely.
baby.
Well, yeah, it's going to be the first show that CBS All Access has, where the only place you're going to be able to see it is on CBS All Access, with the exception of the
rest of the
first
world.
episode. So,
Yeah, but people are pissed off that not only are we paying for the sub, but we're going to have to sit through 12 minutes of commercial time.
yeah, that is true.
And people have been asking, and I will say it one more time: ad-free option. I'll gladly pay a couple bucks more for an ad-free option. I'm just
I
saying.
don't disagree. But here's the thing. It's CBS All Access right now doesn't have the supportive original content to create an ad-free option at this time.
Right.
They only have one show that hasn't been released yet, and that's Star Trek Discovery. So Hulu doesn't have to worry about it because they don't.
Right.
All they're showing is other people's shit.
They produce their own stuff as well.
Well, they
but-
do now because they have enough money to do so.
Yeah.
It's like Netflix, right? So
Just a comment about the 12 minutes of ads too. That's not excessive when you look at network television.
Oh, it's
I
not.
mean, it's the same amount of time. I mean, most hour-long
Actually, it's
shows
supposed to be
is
less.
probably about 42 minutes of content,
Exactly.
18 minutes
It is.
of ads.
It is. When you
So,
when you look
Everyone
at
makes a big
something
deal
like,
oh my god, it's 12 minutes, but it's not that much.
if
Yeah.
you watch a show on Netflix, you know, a recent show from a network, it's 42 minutes. So I mean,
Right.
Exactly.
now here's the other thing too, Alan.
And-
You and I were watching a movie last weekend.
Yeah.
and we actually had to rewind it because something came up. So we paused the play on the movie, did what we needed to do, came back, and you forwinded you to the spot. And then we
Right.
realized just that one commercial break was 12 minutes of ads.
Oh yeah, it wasn't quite that long, but it was almost 10 minutes of just ads, and
Yeah.
you don't even realize it sometimes when you're in the middle of a show that when it goes to break. You know?
And people don't realize, like, if you're watching a sports event, how many ad breaks they have built in now. You know,
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
I watching a baseball game, a relief pitcher came out, so of course you've got the ad break while he walks to the mound and warms up. He threw 3 pitches, got the guy out, they called in a new pitcher. That's another ad break. And by the way, it was a National League game, so those 3 pitches took about 30 seconds. And then it was like another 8 minutes of commercials.
Yeah.
Same thing in football games. I mean, okay, so a team scores, commercial. They come back, they have a kickoff, one play, and go to commercial.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Midnight Shadow, I hate to say this, makes a good point. Steve, make a good point. I'm doughy. I'm British and doughy. You pay for cable and still get ads. What's the problem? And here's something I thought of as a kid, and this is an honest question I have. Maybe one of you can answer it. Well, let's say you're watching The Price is Right. What's the big thing in The Price is Right? You're looking at the you know, you've got a bid on, okay, what's the highest priced of these grocery items? You know, you got the can of garbanzo beans, you've got the WD-40, you've got the back of the batteries, and you've got the razors. And they, you know, this is the, you know, garbanzo beans, you know, on the 12-ounce can, blah, blah, blah. These are Mach 3 razors, you know, steel and all. So and then they go to commercial. The whole show is a commercial.
Right.
The game show was originally designed as a commercial for products.
Right.
Yeah.
Just to talk about the products.
How do you think Merv Griffin got so fucking rich?
Ooh. That was my Merv Griffin. Thank you.
It was the first time hearing how Merv Griffin Productions worked, and I realized,
kind of brilliant.
Holy crap! The cost to make one of his like the Wheel of Fortune, right? Was at the time when I was thinking about this was also the 80s, I think. At the time, I think it cost them upwards of about $200,000 to make an episode of Wheel of Fortune, if that much. Maybe it was a week of episodes.
Yeah,
they did
I was going to say that's probably a week.
I think it was a week of episodes because they did 7
They
days
do all the
at
filming
once.
on one, yeah.
Right. Or 5 days at once. So it cost like $200,000 to make a week of episodes. But they took in advertising for all of their prizes. So they didn't have to pay for any of the prizes because they were always granted by the advertiser. So the vacation was a courtesy of, and
it's
all of that
donated
stuff. So
'cause
all of that
they're
was
looking for
given
the
by the
exposure.
advertisers.
Yeah, they're looking
So
for
they
the
didn't
exposure.
there was no overhead for that. And then he made additional money for the ads that sold during that he would share with the network.
Mm-hmm.
And he made, and I want to say it was something crazy. He made like 25% of the ads. And because Wheel of Fortune was so, and it still is, look at how popular it is.
Yeah.
Their ad
Hand over
sales
fist.
for that is skyrocketed. They're really, really high. So he would make somewhere upwards of $3 million per episode.
For
So
$200,000
$200,000 overhead and make $15 million a week. That's nuts.
And that's back in the 80s, like you said, when people may not remember, but I know like Alan, Jessica, and I do. Okay, you're the big winner, Terry. What do you want? I'll have the grandfather clock.
Right.
I'll take the let me see. Oh, the beach set. Yes. Okay, you've got $75 left. I'll take the I'll take
The sneakers.
I'll take the rest of the gift certificate.
Right.
And that was half the show, was watching people trying to decide what gift, what game, what prize they wanted. Now it's, you know, you win it right off the wheel. Back then, that was half the show.
Right. And then the winner gets to pay taxes on all of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotta love America.
But the same people that are bitching about CBS All Access are the same people telling me, dude, Daredevil season 3's coming out. You got your Netflix, right?
Exactly. Yeah. By
And
the way,
how much is
everybody.
CBS All Access? Nine
Go ahead,
a
Mike.
month?
No, it's like $6.99, so it's $7
Oh,
a
so
month.
it's not
I
even
think.
as much as Netflix or
No.
Hulu.
Well,
Because Hulu's $7.99.
I'm curious because Netflix is going to be supplying all access to pretty much the rest of the world. Is there going to be commercial time on that?
Probably not.
I don't know.
Probably not, because isn't that licensing stuff around the world that they why would you have commercials for things they couldn't buy unless they put in local commercials? But that just seems like too much trouble.
Crazy Eddie.
Oh God, did you see that thing I posted?
Yes. Oh, are you kidding? I tagged my husband in it.
His prices are insane.
Insane. Sorry,
Speaking of prices are insane, I do need to move on because we do have more discussion on our 50 for 50 this week.
Svengoolie?
Yeah. For who I think pretty much it's on basic cable. MeTV's on basic cable, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So for those who don't know what MeTV is, please do yourself a favor and watch it because there's some great old reruns on it. But they also have probably one of the what do you call him, a survivor kind of a thing. He does the kind of the Saturday creature feature type of thing. Svengoolie is on MeTV now and has been for the past couple of years. But on September 10th, Svengoolie's going to be doing a special presentation of the Star Trek pilot, The Cage, which sounds like just a hoot. It sounds like really, really fun. So for those who have MeTV on your basic cable package, you can check that out on September 10th.
I need more Star Trek stuff. Product news.
Also, a quick reminder, everybody, we do still do product news, but we just don't do it on the show because there's so much shit that comes out, it'll take up too much of our show. So we actually do what's called a fan dance, which is our blog, and we blog about it now. So please check it out this week. There's a lot of really cool stuff coming out with the Star Trek Eagle Moss. There's new coloring books coming out. F-Toys has a model ship, and there's a collectible Kirk vinyl figure. So if you want to check those out,
Don't forget
it'll
the
be in our fan
TNG
dance.
varsity hoodies.
I know, I have one.
Those are cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I don't have one. Those are cool. I saw somebody, Alex, our friend in Germany, got one. It's very cool.
Yeah, and the blog for all the apparel, it shows the sizes, and if I could find a price for anything, it's on there as well.
Sweet.
Terry, Alan, Mike, do you have the problem, because Woody just posted something in the chat room and we were discussing because I didn't, anyway, I don't want to embarrass the person, but the person kept saying hi to me and giving me and I had no clue who they were, and Woody just told me who it was, and I was like, oh, that's who that is.
Oh, I didn't see.
Yeah, now Terry, you're much better with this than I am, but how many times does somebody come up and be like, oh my God, Terry, I haven't seen you since 2012 convention, blah, blah, and you have no clue who they are?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because somebody came up to me this year, and she was like, oh, I haven't seen you since 2012, and we were hanging out and had and I, to this day, I do not remember who she is.
No. I
And she like kept pointing to her name tag and going like, you remember me? I was like, yeah, I do. And
you fool.
in my head, I was like, I have no clue who you are.
Oh, shit. No.
That's one of the fun things about conventions, though, because sometimes you can look at somebody and you can tell and you can go, ooh, I have Alzheimer's. Can you remind? And then they'll remind you. But then there's others where you just don't want to do it because they're like so excited and, you know, it would actually like hurt their feelings. That's where you just go, oh, yeah, how you been?
Yeah.
That's okay. I was misidentified in somebody's Facebook post. She called me Alex.
Oh, I love it. That's hilarious.
Sabrina, the Wonder Space Dog. You know, my little buddy, the little space dog, the little black dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The owner has called me Alex for like 3 years in a row.
You know, I just make up backstories about all these people and then ask them about it. You know, how are the triplets? Oh my God, they're getting so big. Your daughter got into Yale. Isn't that amazing? Oh my God, you must be so proud. What?
The pet
you're not
anaconda,
married?
how's that? Is it good? Good.
Oh, that's awesome.
you named it Charleston. Why was that? Could you tell me the reasoning behind that, please?
Charleston. The
I'm really
Anaconda.
curious. Wouldn't you call your your anaconda Charleston? Come on. What's wrong with you, Nick?
Oh shit.
That's what we need to do from now on. Just make up backstories for people that come by our booth. I can't believe that she's been out
You're
of jail for
you're
2 years
assuming that
already.
we already don't.
She looks so good, even after prison. Oh my
yeah,
God.
she couldn't tell that she, with the plunger. It was just a sad thing.
You know, he used to be a woman, but what they do with surgery and a little lipstick and, a few strategically placed items, you would never know.
Janet, it's funny you say that because I was pilloried here at the house for never having watched America's Got Talent. So we've been watching it on demand, and I'm going to tell you, I'm kind of addicted to this show now. It's just amazing. Like, there's this 13-year-old contortionist who at the end of her act, she's hanging upside down and fires a flaming bow and arrow with her legs over her back.
Okay.
I know, right? But there was this comedian who came out, absolutely a scream. This 62-year-old woman.
Yes.
They were like, "You look really familiar." You know who I'm talking about,
I
Mike?
know who you're talking about.
Absolute scream. They were like, "You look familiar." They were like, "Well, you may have known me as my old name," and she's a trans.
Cool.
Ooh, nice.
It was
awesome.
it's so hilarious. I'm so happy that she's gone forward because we just saw the judges' cuts. But yeah, oh my God, she's hilarious. Janet, you would love her, Janet, because she's New York.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We knew again. We're going to move on. I do want to say we did have a little bit of what we call movie news.
Let's watch a Star Trek movie. Movie news.
But kind of going through it, we don't have any real news about Star Trek Beyond, other than it did not perform as well as everybody had hoped.
Domestically, it still hasn't even opened in China.
Exactly. Be that as it may, it's still critically acclaimed. People liked it. So we can discuss. I think everybody pretty much knows the reason why there's what is it? Once bitten, twice shy. What happens when you're bitten twice?
This has been a bad year.
Yeah, it hasn't been a great year, but
movies are not performing the way the studios were hoping, and part of that is, if you think about it, Batman versus Superman, and
I think people
Captain
are getting
America:
burned.
Civil War, both came out like in April. They came out really early.
Yeah.
Right.
And the summer season has not. Now, I'm going to be honest. I still haven't seen an ad on TV for Beyond.
Oh, I did.
The marketing, though, has been terrible.
Yeah, I do have to say the marketing sucked. Really, really badly. But it's a pisser too, because it's the movie I kind of always wanted.
Yeah, no, and it is. And
I can't wait for the Blu-ray to come out. I really can't.
Steve,
we've
gone round and round on this. Batman vs. Superman is not a great film. It's an incoherent, muddy mess where evidently the sun has never shined a day what saves them both? Both their mothers are named Martha. Really? That's what you have? Stop it. Just stop it. Except Ben Affleck was really good in it, and he was good in Suicide Squad too.
Cool. So go ahead.
Doesn't Beyond still need to open in like 40 markets or something?
And it's still in the theater. So if you guys haven't seen it, please do us all a favor. Go see it. Seriously, Alan and I are probably going to go see it for the third time today.
And it's not. I mean, it's
fun.
I'm just thinking the naysayers who have been rooting for it to fail. And by the way, if you're a Star Trek fan and you've been rooting for it to fail, then you're not a Star Trek fan. Case closed. You can't even argue with me about it. I didn't root for Into Darkness to fail, and I fucking hated that movie.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah.
Hey, I'm just excited because it's the first. It's the first movie. Seriously, it's the first reboot, quote unquote, reboot movie that I actually want to own. I don't own the other two. I already pre-ordered this one. I pre-ordered it. I love it so much. There is a couple of articles that we will get the the chats will be in our show notes, and I don't know if Mike's going to put them in the chat room or not. It's up to him. There's a couple of really good things about John Eves prop designs, how Memory Alpha helped Star Trek Beyond, which is really no big surprise because it has Memory Alpha pretty much helps everybody who's a Trekkie who wants to fart around in the universe. And then a great article at trekmovie.com about Terry Erdman, our lovely friend Terry Erdman, who recognized...
That was a great article, yeah.
Well, a great article about it was about his photo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't, oh my God, hold on a second. Happy
Potty
birthday,
break.
David Soul. Sorry.
As in Starsky and Hutch?
Yes!
And Salem's Lot?
Yes.
And Starsky and Hutch?
Yes. And Hanoi Hilton.
And the TOS
singing.
episode, The Apple.
That's right.
Oh,
He also did. Do you remember a movie he did? It was a TV movie, I think, on CBS, where, like, I don't know, they were building a house or trying to tear down a house in a city, and I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
He was also on a show with Bobby Sherman called Here Come the Brides.
I remember
yeah.
that. Oh my God, that was, you know. If I had
What was
been
it called?
Here Come the Bride.
It was called Here Come the Brides.
Oh
and
my
it took
God,
place
that's right.
In Frontier, Seattle.
Yeah.
When I was like 7 or 8 years old, if I had been into writing fanfic at the time, if I realized that was a thing, I probably would have been writing it about that.
Did you ever write any Little House, Janet House on the Prairie?
I'm thinking about it now.
He's going to do a crossover.
I love it.
Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman meets Little House on the Prairie.
Then the universe explodes. It's a little scary. You know, it'd always have to be aliens in there someplace.
Well, you have to have Bill Nye the Science Guy show up for no reason.
Because
And Pee Wee
because
Herman.
bow ties. There was a TV
And
series.
and Charo.
Of course, with Charo.
Buddy
So-
Hackett.
Well, I'm looking up David Soul's IMDb page, and
Are we talking about 24 Hours of G&T?
No.
Buddy Hackett. Mike, get Don Rickles for 24 hours.
Okay, according to David Soul's IMDb page, there was a TV series for 1 year in 1982 called Casablanca, and he played Rick Blaine.
That's right, he did.
What the hell network was that on?
Desperation Television, probably. My God. It was in 1983. Sorry, 1983.
I feel raped that the greatest movie ever made had a series made out of it.
Is that scary?
Oh,
Starring
man.
David Soul.
Sorry, David Soul.
No, seriously, that offends me.
He was
It
on
was
Jake
bad
and the
enough
Fat
that we
Man.
got Delta House.
He was on Jake and the Fat Man. He was on Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah.
The New Adventures of Robin Hood. Starsky and Hutch, of course. Doctor Who, Death Comes to Time. He was the voice of Mission Control.
Did a Doctor Who episode?
Yeah,
that what
according
you
to
said?
this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Crazy.
The oeuvre of David Soul is
seriously,
is more
it just
interesting
popped
than we
up
thought.
only because somebody tweeted it. And I was like, David Soul's birthday. That just brought back memories. So
Now, had
funny.
you said John Snyder, I'd still be fanning myself.
May I
So
mention some
those
technology?
links, the links regarding Star Trek Beyond will be in our show notes. So I'm more excited about the upcoming panel at Mission New York with Nicholas Meyer and Kirsten Beyer, who will be discussing some additional news about Star Trek Discovery coming out, and what's going to happen with the next movie we don't know for a while yet. So there you have it.
He does kind of look like Bogey in that picture.
They're still talking about.
No,
David Soul?
Matthew Anderson found pictures of
No, I can't
1983 Casablanca
I'm looking
because
at
Matthew
links.
Anderson is an evil genius.
He is an evil genius. Oh, look at that. That's cool.
Doesn't he kind of look like Bogey?
Yeah. We do have some additional book news.
Tell me a Star Trek story. Book news.
There's some nonfiction updates that we can put in. Thanks again to our friends over at the Trek Collective.
I finished Legacy's book 2.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, cool. And
I'm looking forward to the final book.
I was going to say it just came out, though, didn't it?
No, the final book comes out tomorrow.
It's been seen in the wild already, though. So
It's been
happy book
seen
birthday.
In the wild?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought
Legacy's
I
book
misheard you.
3. I saw pictures of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
Somebody
wonder if it's
saw
on
it
my Kindle yet.
in the real. Yeah. You know
Down
how it is.
under.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
See, they're a day ahead. It's Thursday there.
it's Thursday there.
2218.
There's also a great link regarding Star Trek's November comics that are out, and then the DTI novels and Prey, which are coming out. Their covers have come out. The god himself, Doug Drexler, did the. It was Doug, wasn't it?
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just enjoying listening to you try and figure it out in your own head.
Well, I'm trying to remember Facebook because he posted
It was
the
Doug
covers.
Drexler.
Okay, and he posted the covers for the trilogy written by John Jackson Miller called Prey.
John Jackson
And-
Miller, that guy's a hack.
Let me tell you, those covers are pretty wild.
Yeah, the second one, the middle one, is insane with the devil.
It's crazy. So it looks pretty fun. I am looking forward to getting those books. And again, happy book birthday to Dayton Ward and Kevin Dillmore on book 3 of the Legacies trilogy.
I'm still on book 1.
I haven't gotten them yet.
They're really good. They're really good.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Can I quickly go through some technology news? Because I thought this was pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Mike, just real quick. Terry and Mike, you've read both Legacies so far, right?
No, I'm about
He's on book
20% on book 1.
Oh, okay. Book 1 and then book 2, it follows it up really well, but it goes in a whole different direction, which I like. It doesn't, you know what I mean? Book 1, you could stand alone and just end and go, oh man, cliffhanger. But I like the way that it shifts around in the way the story twists and turns from book 1 to book 2. So that's why I'm looking forward to book 3. That's just me, though. I'll stop.
No idea.
Technology.
No idea. Okay.
I'll be quiet.
It's okay. I'm sitting here looking at. Tell us about the NASA news.
Hey, I saw that on Star Trek. Technology news.
NASA has trialed an engine that would take us to Mars in 10 weeks.
I don't believe that.
It's the EM drive, and basically it uses electromagnetic waves to create thrust. And in the process, they shot a laser beam into the vacuum chamber where they're running the test, and the laser beam sped up. So they think that they have created essentially a warp bubble effect within that chamber.
I don't believe
through this process.
I don't. This to me is more far-fetched than the people that think we attacked the Pentagon on 9/11. No, my mind can't wrap around that 10 weeks to Mars, really?
12.
Okay, so Matt Damon didn't have to go through all of that.
Makes sense.
Matt Damon didn't have to go through all that.
No,
See, I don't know.
Matt Damon didn't go through all that.
No, he didn't have to. What
I
the
think
hell
it's
kind-
cool.
What
I
would
think it's
the
cool.
applications here on Earth be? If that's, would there be any? Of course there would.
Oh, I'm sure that there's got to be some.
It's electromagnetic waves. I mean, I think one of the possibilities is the idea of if you're using electricity to create an electromagnetic wave to produce thrust, you would be able to get objects into the air easier without fuel. So, and obviously into space as well. So, the possibility of I guess, hover cars would be one possibility. I think there would be a lot more, because it requires a whole lot of electricity. I mean,
Right.
what they're planning for this Mars trip is like a 2 megawatt nuclear electric propulsion. So I think the idea of more electricity, electric vehicles are going to be much more prolific with it. I mean, it's still, I don't know if that means that cars are going to be nuclear powered, but
Marty, your kids.
Yeah, as long as it generates at least 1.21 gigawatts, then we'll be fine.
yeah.
But you're right, mate. It's right now it would take a lot. But again, look how fast they reverse engineer the shit at Area 51 now, and like how fast how far computers have come, and I don't even understand what I'm looking at in the
Since
timeline
Voyager.
right now. I don't even understand what I'm looking at in the time. You know what that looks like? That looks like somebody spilled glitter all over the floor.
You know what it looks like to me? It's some kind of an audio profile of a subwoofer when
Yeah.
I'm playing Toto really, really loud.
Again, play a real band.
When, if you put sand on a piece of paper sitting on top of a woofer and then turn it up on high,
Yeah,
that's what
Yeah.
that looks like.
that's what it looks like. Too
But-
funny.
Just the applications of this are
Insane. It's cool.
It should be noted that it's still it has not been peer reviewed yet. They are they're still going through that process.
Yay, science.
So
Tear it apart.
But the initial test, it was like they created thrust in a vacuum using nothing but electricity, and so that was optimistic. And then they shot a laser through it, and it's like, wait a minute, what the hell just happened there? Light
But I don't
actually
understand.
traveled
Why
faster.
would they even think, let's shoot a laser through this? And
Well-
I'm being honest. Why would they do that?
Well,
'Cause it's cool.
Well, when you
Because it's cool.
Jesus.
light travels both in particles and waves, and so I suspect that they were trying to see if the light encountered anything along the way, meaning did the electricity create anything that would have altered light, slow it down, made it refract, did the light encounter anything? And I think
Is
that's
this the
one
kind of
way.
stuff that Leonard works on Big Bang Theory?
I think this is more of a Howard thing.
Oh, an engineering thing.
I think this is more of a Howard thing.
I think
But
it combines the two.
But
Yeah.
this might be what their invention, the thing that they.
Oh, that would be awesome if they called it the Wolowitz. The Wolowitz engine.
But yeah,
That's cool.
I thought it was cool, and the idea that it potentially could have created a warp bubble using electricity. I mean, essentially that's what they do with the warp reactor.
Mhm.
I mean, is they
Well,
dump a
we
whole lot
need
of power and it warps space and allows them to go from A to B a
Which
little bit faster
which
than normal.
they've done, Nick, by the way.
Used antimatter?
That wasn't Alan, wasn't there something about separating or containing antimatter recently?
We can do that. CERN
yeah.
creates it,
Yeah.
but it only. I mean, it's such small amounts
Right.
that it's practically
Well, it's
useless.
yeah,
in
it's
terms of-
ridiculous the amount of
yeah.
energy it takes.
Now, okay, so by the way, I really liked in Beyond the warp bubble when the ship is flying.
isn't
I
that
thought
cool
that
looking?
was so cool. But
Yep.
so in our lifetime, do you think we will find out if the theory that if you go faster than light,
You turn into a lizard?
no, that was a Braga theory.
That was faster than warp 10.
And even Mr. Braga has disowned that. I've gone from calling him the B word to Mr. Braga.
I know.
No, but if the whole slowing down and like the world goes, like 10 seconds in it and it's like 3 years here on Earth kind of thing.
Sorry, I'm all excited. I just got it. There's a tweet from Idris Elba. He announced that they're done filming the Dark Tower series, and he spoke to the director the other day and said the edit's coming along really well. I'm
Oh,
so
wow.
excited. Okay, sorry.
So we could find out if that's true in our life? Like if Interstellar...
I don't know. We'll find out.
Wait, and have babies. What?
Have lizards and become babies?
Oh, okay. Whew. I was like, I'm thinking of, 10 minutes equaling 3 years. And relativity. Thank you, Matthew. And you know what, Matthew? See the finger? Okay, thank you. Yeah, relativity.
I don't know. We'll find out, won't we?
So in your life, Alan, because you're... No.
Yes.
Who's older, Alan or Jespa?
Me, no.
I think we're
Jespa's-
exact same.
So in your life, you could have seen man land on the moon, and then man go to warp speed.
Wouldn't that be fucking awesome? I could have done the same thing, although I was
Yeah.
like 4 when we
Well,
landed.
I
on
was
the
in my
moon.
mama's belly. Does that count?
Well, considering the age I was when the moon landing occurred, I thought by this time we would already be like
You thought it would be Blade
colonizing
Runner.
the solar system.
Yeah,
Yeah,
seriously.
you thought it would be Blade Runner, didn't you?
Exactly.
Where's my fucking flying car?
Where's my fucking pizza that you had a drop of water and it, I saw that in Back to the Future too.
Yeah, I know. Or the whole chicken thing from Fifth Element, man. I want that.
Why is Matthew Anderson doing
Chicken.
gibberish in the see all that?
Because
You know what?
he's saying, yeah, he's still.
I don't
he's still-
understand any of that.
In other words, he's putting in there the general theory of relativity, what is change in time, rest time, velocity, speed of light. So in other words, you
Science.
explode if you go faster than light.
That to me is a bunch of numbers, letters, and brackets. That's all that is.
It's science.
It's science.
Yeah,
So
you know
that's
what?
very
I prefer to get
cool.
my science from The Simpsons. Okay.
By the way,
Blinded
you
you with
guys,
science.
do yourself a favor. If you're on Facebook, go over to Universe Today and click like. Okay, thank you. Fraser Kane from Canada, who's also the editor for a lot of really great science books that are written by Phil Plait, has a wonderful podcast that teaches the lay person some wonderful astronomy lessons. So please, please, please do check it out. Universe Today. Who's yelling at me? Who's yelling? Oh, okay. So we've got that. Thank you for the technology news, Mikey. Mike, before we start our busy little beaver thing, we've got a lot of our 50 for 50 thing. We get a lot of busy little beaver news.
I have something to say. Announcements.
Why don't you kind of
Hi,
briefly
Evie.
touch on all of the interviews that are scheduled and are out for our listeners' pleasure?
Well, there's stuff that's scheduled that I don't know what the schedule is, so Janet can probably speak to that.
Yeah, I'm
But-
talking about the links that you have already.
But just in the last week, some of the interviews from STLV that have gone live include Captain Gecko, Evie Vincent, Tales from Tin Forward,
Hi, Evie.
Dane Butcher with the Star Trek Cruise. That one has been released, as well as Stefan Rubenicki and Gabrielle Decure from the Harlan Ellison City on the Edge of Forever audio series.
Which,
So
by the way, we do have a copy of, and I have to add it to the 24 hours. We have a copy of the audiobook of City on the Edge of Forever.
Sweet. And then the Smithsonian Channel continues to send us press information.
Which is so wonderful. Thank you, Smithsonian.
So check out Building Star Trek. I created a little fan dance talking about my personal experiences watching the film. Well, very brief. And then I included their promotional information. So their press release, a couple of their videos, some photos. There's a gallery even with some of the photos that they shared. So yeah, check them all out. Check it out. And I think Live, Love, Play, they've got an interview from Vegas out as well. EJ De La Pena. So yeah, check it out.
Very cool.
I also
And-
want to throw a shout out to Avery.
Hi, Avery.
Hi, Avery.
Hi, Avery. Mike, hi, Avery.
I made something Star Trek. Unofficial Productions.
There's also a really cool video that's out on YouTube right now called Star Trek Wanderers. It is a tribute to Carl Sagan using Star Trek film and television clips. It's also to celebrate Star Trek's 50th anniversary. It's a wonderful fan-made thing. Do yourself a favor, check it out because I think it's really beautifully made, and it's made by a person by the name of Kristen Sandquist. So give it a watch. I'm sorry, the music's by Kristen Sandquist. It's made by Chris Amarello. Sorry, Chris. It's very cool. It's very, very nifty.
I have a message. Speaking of music for FARC.
Uh-huh.
Stop it with the goddamn Bejeweled Blitz. You're killing me, dude.
Oh, too funny. We do. Let me see. We got that. We're waiting on Miss Janet to return.
Oh, I'm back.
Oh, you
Hi.
are great. Welcome back. And I just
Ninja.
wanted to
She's
say
a
there's some
Jewish
really
ninja.
cool stuff. There, I just have to say that there's a really cool article. It's about sports, by the way. It's not about Star Trek, where a couple of the David Ross and from the Chicago Cubs did a really nice thing for Vin Scully this week, where they gave him the number 67 off their scoreboard to celebrate his 67th year. of broadcasting, and he's going to be retiring at the end of the year. So it was a really kind of cool thing.
Man's
for
a
them to do.
national treasure.
So,
He really
let's-
is.
Hey, Kojiro.
Yes.
It's time.
What's your favorite episode? GNT shows 50 for 50.
You want to? We're gonna do my thing, huh? Okay. Well, you kind of caught me off guard. I was
Ah!
keyboard when you did that.
Last week we did the 50 for 50 kind of guilty pleasures, but also to discuss our favorite episodes of each series that
Yep.
didn't make the 50 for 50. So where are we?
Basically, what it is as we've said along this process, is you only have yourself to blame, and we do blame you. We blame you for not putting these episodes into the top 50. So last week we went over TOS and TNG, and we're going to do the other 3 live action series now. And so basically, again, what this is that you voted and they made the top 50, but we feel that there's some episodes that deserve some honorable mention. There are guilty pleasures. There are favorite episodes from these series. So talking about DS9, who would like to go first and tell us about the episode they feel that was
I thought we
left
did
out?
DS9.
No, we haven't.
We
There's-
haven't.
There's
Okay.
so many from DS9.
I know there's
It's
a
like
lot. I have
insane.
6, 7 on my list. There's 7 on my list of. God
Okay.
damn it!
I had to
And-
cut
Well, Terry,
myself
let us
off
have
at
it.
5.
Huh?
I had to
My
cut
seven?
myself
Let us have
off
it.
at 5.
Dr. Bashir, I presume. What the fuck? Why is that not on the list?
Well, again, blame your listeners.
We blame them for everything anyway.
I had a couple of them as well. I'll just go through my list. Little Green Men,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
On mine.
Take Me Out
Yeah.
to the Hollow Suite,
Yep, I had that too.
Yeah.
Starship Down.
Which
I
one
love
is Starship Down?
that's the one where the
The Jim'Hadar crashes.
crashes the Defiant.
Oh, okay, right.
The Magnificent Ferengi.
Yes.
No.
That's at the top of
hell?
my list.
House of Quark.
Yes.
No.
Also on my list.
I love that episode. I watch it.
Oh, wait a
every
minute.
time.
That's the one with the Klingon wife, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
And It's Only a Paper Moon.
Yep.
Yeah, how did that not make
How
you
did that not get in
scumbags?
there?
Yeah,
Our,
that
my
one
list.
surprised me.
My list is very similar, except I have one deviation. Or one deviation.
All right.
Bada bing, bada bang.
Oh.
It's a fun episode.
I thought that was a fun episode. Yes.
What about you, Nick?
I could go on, but there's one, since this is Guilty Pleasures, and I'm totally serious when I add this to the list, is Move Along Home.
Yeah.
I know it's reviled and hated, but I love that episode.
It's a guilty pleasure.
It totally is.
I watch it and I can't help but smile and laugh and sing along right along with it.
Exactly. And just, Anna Marine, third shop. I loved it. And the one with Voss. Or Vosk.
oh.
Vosk.
Yeah, the one with the bounty hunters.
Yeah, another first season episode.
Oh, with Vosh?
Yeah. No, Vosk.
Vosk, the alien from the Delta Quadrant that's being hunted for sport.
He makes friends
Oh.
with O'Brien.
Oh, yeah.
And it turns out that it's the,
God, I forgot about that
It's
one.
an honor to be Vosk.
Yeah, it's a
And
really...
they can't. And it's like Fight Club. You can't talk about Fight Club.
And it just shows that first season DS9 was really strong in a lot of ways. I mean, there was just so much. And I can't remember the name of it. The one where Garak totally goes off on Ezri and then says, "And you better leave before I say something unkind," after he's just shredded her verbally.
I think that's the one where he has the implant in his brain and he's kind of losing it.
Yes.
I think so.
I love that one because it's a Garak episode.
Yeah.
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 There's so many good ones. I mean,
There are.
watch DS9. That's all we gotta say is just watch DS9.
And one that pisses me off and angers me and I love because it's so good is where Kira meets her mom. She goes back
Oh.
Oh,
yeah.
and sees
yeah.
that her mom was a comfort girl for Ducat
Yeah.
and reveled in it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
You like
a
that?
powerful
Yeah.
episode
Yeah.
Worth
that
it
only
to see his
DS9
weapon.
could do in Trek.
Worf and Jadzia's wedding. I love that one as well.
You were cordially invited.
Yes.
I get that, and it's a fun episode, but I wouldn't put it near the top just because. Although knowing that Aaron had to make up the dance on the spot, the Ferengi dance.
Oh, the bear.
That is so funny.
That we got the Path of Kalhaya out of it, which is the Klingon bachelor party. There was so much. I loved it
The picture that Matthew Anderson just put in. You could really misconstrue that one.
Yeah, I noticed an interesting trend though in our guilty pleasures or our episodes that we're mentioning, and one of the things about DS9 that is a common thing that everybody knows is it gets darker because of the war and the war part of it, and there's a lot of messages about war. It's interesting that the episodes that we mention are the comic reliefs.
Oh my God, I laughed.
The episodes that take us a little bit back, and they're more character driven too.
Yeah.
Again, we have this overall arc of the series, and these are the episodes that give us that nice little respite in between some of the darker moments of the show.
And they did a really good job with that in mixing it up.
Yeah,
you have to also keep in mind that the top 50 list, most of those were the dark episodes.
That's true.
That's true.
They were, and they're great episodes. But it's interesting that we also crave that relief, and I think Nick nailed it. Is they were very good in how they sprinkled those in without, honestly, without belittling the main story arc, but still giving us something that would help us kind of have some character, some fun things with the banter, and just some fun, interesting comic episodes.
And Mike's Bada Bing, Bada Bang, Bada Bing is a great example of that. You're in the high point of the Dominion War, and they can still work this one in.
It's
exactly.
I love Enterprise. I really, really love Enterprise, but this is one of the things they didn't do that well in season 3, because they had this very dark storyline. It went on for a long time, but every time they tried to lighten it up, like when Hoshi ends up with that guy for a while, I can't remember the name of it. The one
North
where they're
Star.
North
I
Star.
love
where
North
in the
Star.
West.
That's on my list, by the way.
Yeah.
They're lovely episodes, but they come in at weird times, and so they kind of pull you out of the emotions, so the punch isn't as heavy as it should be, if that makes any sense. You're taken out of it, and then you have to get back into it, and so it was not done as skillfully. And I think that sometimes they could have done better, even if they had just changed the order of a few of those. They probably would have worked better, but instead you had this emotional low, and you needed to keep pulling the audience down, and instead we've got tripping to Paul on a horse.
It's
think
Matthew Anderson's got Who Mourns for Morn.
That
was fun.
It was
I think a way more fun episode is, and I think it made the list, I'm not sure, the one where Jake and Nog, more Nog. No, it's Jake and Nog with the baseball card. They're trying to get the baseball card for Cisco.
The trading one where we end up with this.
The alien thinks that it's some kind of big, he's trying to slow down his molecules or whatever, and it is a hilarious episode.
The cellular entertainment.
Yes, cellular entertainment cell.
And what is it? The Dominion of Solus.
Solus Orthodoxy.
Oh yes.
That is a laugh out loud episode, and again, Deep Space Nine did something that the other series did not do. Look at all these episodes too, where it's not main title characters who are the focus of it. This Nog and Jake, it's only a paper moon. Nog and Vic.
Yeah.
They definitely used their cast. The ones that Terry picked with Quark is a main character, but he's not. I don't know how to say it. He's not. He's main title, but he's not main title. You know what I mean?
Well,
Oh,
he was
God,
always
please,
intended
Matthew
to be
Anderson,
comic
take that
relief.
out.
Lumba.
He was always intended to be kind of the comic relief.
Yeah.
In fact, it was actually kind of nice when they did start using him in other ways, like in the Siege of AR 558, when he actually has some real poignant commentary. You know, so again, you're
Yeah,
right.
he's
Great
the
use
outside
of
view.
ensemble. Great use of ensemble.
I think it's okay, for all y'all. Trek has always been about the ensemble of the cast. What do you think, which series made the best use and had the strongest ensemble, like all main title characters? The main credits. Which used them the best, do you think, as a whole? And let's take TOS out of it because they only had 2 people really, and it wasn't until later that DeForest Kelley was put on. So from TNG forward, we'll say.
And the question again is,
Which of the series made best use of all the main title characters, all the people in the main credits? Because like Voyager rarely used Chakotay.
to be honest with you, Enterprise.
Really?
Yeah.
Travis didn't have a whole lot to do.
Travis didn't have a whole lot. That's true. But
I would think
Hoshi
Deep Space Nine.
was barely above him. I think DS9 probably was a little more well-rounded.
Yeah, I think so too.
With TNG second?
I think every series had their degree of it, but I think, like you were saying, DS9 had more storylines that would focus on other characters. I mean, there were Garrett
that's true.
episodes, there were Nog episodes, there were
Vic episodes.
a Vic episode, of all things,
Which,
So,
Enterprise, what did we get? Maybe one?
yeah, you're right. You're
Travis episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of Travis, unfortunately.
Which is truly a travesty.
Bum.
Yeah. Well, the
Because I would put TNG second because, like, you had Barclay episodes, you had Lower Decks, you had episodes like that.
and I would even venture to say that TNG, and a lot of it changed after Gene died. You can tell when Gene died.
Oh yeah.
In TNG, when Roddenberry died, everything changed because then the writers were kind of freed up to do something that wasn't necessarily under the thumb of Gene, who had a very specific idea of how things were supposed to run. So for the first few seasons of Star Trek: The Next Generation, you can definitely tell that it's a Picard-centric show.
Oh, they were handcuffed.
And after that, that's when you start to see Deanna come out and stories that focus on the other characters. Deanna, Riker, even O'Brien, started to come out.
Yeah.
I would have to say that that's when TNG really started to kind of blossom and show its other characters having some depth and some consistency of story. DS9 got to start off with that, so they had a more consistent product over the 7 years of its existence.
And then somehow Voyager backslid.
Well, that's because they wanted to, quote unquote, get back to the captain-centric show, right?
Yeah.
And then they found out that it wasn't working so well, so they brought in the Tits and Ass, who ended up being a fantastic character. That's what it was.
Do not ever refer to her like that.
No. Just let me. I said she ended up being a fantastic character, but it ended up being a 7 of 9 show. Face it.
Oh, without a doubt.
Well,
she added the data but with way more stories.
Yeah.
Well, she added a great new influx of storylines.
Yes.
She did,
and the Doctor had a lot.
Freshened it up. Yes, that's true. The Doctor got a lot of story.
A lot.
They used the 2 characters to comment on the humanity, whereas they didn't use Kes and Neelix for that in the beginning, which they could have.
Right.
Exactly. They failed miserably on that.
Well, okay, so we're talking about Voyager now. Let me tell you 2 of my episodes that I really love from Voyager, and they're both Doctor episodes. One of them is Living Witness.
Yep, that's on my list.
That one. Yep, that's on
the
mine.
one where it's all done from flashback from like 7 centuries from now, and he's the only one who can set this record straight on what really happened on Voyager.
That one actually inspired me to write a Foundry mission for Stowe. So I love that mission. I love that one.
My other one with the Doctor is Latent Image.
Yes.
And to remind you what that one is, that's the one where he realizes something's not quite right with his memory banks, and there's something
Oh,
where
yes.
he did a procedure on Harry Kim, but he couldn't remember it, and he investigates, and what it comes down to is that he had to make a extremely difficult medical decision that involved one person living and another one dying, and his programming couldn't handle it. And Janeway had to go in and alter it so that he could function properly, and hid it. And so it looks like a conspiracy and all this other stuff he's trying to figure out, but it was all about trying to get him past this very, very
Traumatic.
And doesn't that have the ending? I think it had maybe the strongest ending of any Voyager one, where they're just sitting together in the holodeck.
Well, because in order to get past it, they have to now find a way for him to deal with it.
Right, and the ending was just so, like, right on note.
Yeah.
I don't even think there was any music. It was just showed them, it pulled away from them sitting on the holodeck. And that was that was a great Janeway episode, too.
Yes.
That was an episode where she wasn't batshit crazy.
Yes.
Exactly.
She was the captain.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my third guilty pleasure in Voyager is an episode called Counterpoint that I was surprised didn't make the list.
Yes.
That was a good one. That's when she ends up being kind of like against another in negotiations, but
it's the one where they go through space where the aliens in that area are very paranoid about telepathic beings, and so they have to hide the telepathic beings on Voyager and try to get through this area. And there's this whole cat and mouse game between the investigator
and
amazing chemistry between
good chemistry
he does ploys like pretending to defect. He has a relationship with Janeway. You think Janeway's being totally manipulated, and then at the end you find out that Janeway guessed it all the way down. And to me, that was one of the best.
She had his number.
Janeway episodes, where she was truly in control.
I saw that one as a parallel or a kind of of the resistance helping the Jews in World War II.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
You know, hiding
I could
them
see
and
that.
doing all of that. And I always saw kind of a correlation there, you know, or an inspiration.
So does anybody else have Tuvix on their list? Or is it just me?
I can't believe that didn't make the list.
Tuvix?
Yeah, that was a good one, too.
Why?
Yeah, I'm not
freaking
particularly
awesome
fond of it.
episode.
I'm not particularly fond of it.
Why?
I don't know. It didn't grab me.
You think it tried too hard?
Yeah, it was the 120th Voyager episode in the list, and it was the 539th episode in our survey.
I'm gonna say that really surprises me.
Me
that
too.
One is so far down. I it wouldn't make my list. It's like right on the periphery of my list, but it's a strong episode with really great acting, and again, Janeway put in a position as the captain, and really put in the position. This is one of those cases where being in the Delta Quadrant, it really hits home how alone she is and her decisions that she has to make.
Yeah.
And if I remember kind of thinking that Chakotay could have been a bigger part of that episode, though.
Well, it's a fact that they underwrote Chakotay completely in the entire series.
Yeah.
He had so much potential that they just never really went for.
And it's not like Beltran's not a good actor.
Exactly.
Know?
It was the writing.
I have 2 episodes, well 3, but one's a 2-parter. I have The Phage.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was a really interesting idea, and it's like the 3rd episode, and it gave me hope when I saw it that Voyager was going to be different, because that was a kind of disease. You know, they're dealing with a disease and aliens that are stealing organs and things like that, and it was, you know, they took from Neelix, and there was a lot going on there. And then when they came back later with more Phage, I really liked that episode, The Phage. My other is Equinox Part 1, kind of Part 2 because it ties it all up, but Part 1 so much stronger. And let's face it, John Savage in anything I will watch.
Yeah. Equinox actually did quite well in the survey. It was number 82 in the overall ranking.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's and again, Part 1 much stronger as you're trying to figure out what the deal is with that ship. But once again, we have the Starfleet captain. But it's a little different than the evil admiral thing. This is a captain doing what he thought he had to do to keep his crew alive. Kind of like this is how Voyager could have gone.
Yeah. Interestingly that you said that, because usually when there's 2-part episodes, they usually score close to each other. Equinox Part 1 was number 82. Equinox Part 2 was actually number 206. So
Wow.
everyone did see the same thing you did, which is that the episode fell off.
Yeah, but I still love the final scene as he takes his ship to draw them away. You know, in kind of the finest Starfleet tradition. The other one that's on, and it is a total, again, guilty pleasure, is the one with those 2 fucking Ferengi in the Delta Quadrant.
The ones that got stuck there from TNG?
TNG. I don't know why I love that episode, but it just makes me laugh.
Well, it's great that they make a throwback to another series and get that continuity between series.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
But there are later season 6, season 7 Voyagers that are really strong. After they make contact with the Alpha Quadrant, it changed the whole feel. And I don't know, it added a little more suspense to me that now they were in contact occasionally, so they were able to talk.
Which makes the final episode that much more of a letdown.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Why did you have to?
Sorry, didn't mean to bring out, PTSD.
Can I give my 2?
Yeah.
Right, okay, you're gonna laugh at both of these, but I'm adding them not because they're such stellar acting or writing. I'm adding them because they worked really well for fan fiction for me.
Oh, good.
One of them is The Q and the Gray.
Oh, love that episode.
Yeah, I love that episode.
Okay, the reason why I like this one is because the way I write it, and it's not on the forums soon, but it will be in probably a few months, because I gotta finish the book I'm writing, and then there's another one, and then there'll be this one. And trust me, the order, it works. And all the times when you don't see Q on the screen, what I'm writing in this fan fiction book called Fortune is he's elsewhere, and he's asking how to court Janeway. So that's how I wrote it. And so he revisits this woman's life. He revisits Lily O'Day's life, and like, why did this work this way? Why did you do that? Why did you succumb to this? Why did this matter to you? And she sort of gives as good as she can take, because as good as she gets, because he's watching everything, and she says, was it good for you, kind of thing. And the other one is, and you're also going to hate this, is Threshold. And the reason why is I wrote a sequel to Threshold, and I know
Somebody
that one's
mute her.
up there.
Mute her. Please, mute her.
I wrote a sequel to Threshold. Sorry. The sequel's called Siberians. And the concept behind it is that, first off, if you've slept with the captain, why the hell wouldn't you have awkward, weird discussion about it afterwards?
Because they were lizards.
Yes, and what I want is, what I put into this is that they go into season. So they go into season on this weird schedule because it's related to the planet, but they don't act on it. They just feel strange, and they're reminded of what happened. So instead, every 40 days or whatever, they toast the family they'll never see again.
Oh, man! That's
All the
fucked up.
I just
All
want to
the weird
remind
feels.
everybody that Threshold was number 693 out of 694 in our survey.
And what was 694?
I believe it was. Hold on a
It's
second.
a clip show, isn't it?
It's the clip show, yeah.
Oh,
It was,
Shades of Grey.
the Shades of
Shades
Grey.
of Grey.
Shades of Grey.
See, I didn't say that one.
Mike?
My Voyager list includes Living Witness, Counterpoint, but also Message in a Bottle.
Yes.
Okay.
Tinker
That one scored quite high, 70 on the overall ranking.
That's the one with Andy Dick, right?
Yes.
I hate Andy Dick, but he was great in that.
Also, Tinker Tinner Dr. Spy. The
Great episode.
first few minutes where the doctor is giving his little, his little singing concert, and Tuvok goes into into Ponfar right in the middle of it, and the way he shifts,
That's awesome.
and the way he shifts gears without missing a beat. I just loved that scene. Just every single time, I will replay that scene over and over and over again. So yeah, I just love that episode. That's the one where we also get the photonic cannon and the which I still want in Stowe, by the way.
That's the one with the potato people, right?
Yes, the potato.
I
people.
love the potato people.
And another highlight for this episode for me is
Oh, the hierarchy?
Yeah.
the hierarchy. The another highlight is obviously the command hologram. I mean, just the way the pips just bump bump bump.
You're right, Mike. That is a fun episode because the hierarchy was, and the hierarchy dude that he's communicating with is hilarious.
Yeah.
I think the humor was lost on a lot of people and that they weren't getting some of the subtlety of it.
Oh, it was for me. It was just a great episode.
And the hierarchy looks like a Doctor Who villain, don't they?
It does.
Yeah.
And the last item on my list is The Bride of Chaotica.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For just a pure romp of comedy, it's
That
fun.
was just a fun
Janeway
episode.
looking pretty hot in that one too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, and it's interesting that with Voyager, I know that Voyager gets derided a lot, and with reason, because the continuity of characters from episode to episode, and of course the story arc, at least early on in the series, was Gilligan's Island. Are we going to get back? Oh no, we can't. Oh, we screwed it up. That kind of thing. But I think Voyager has some of the best single episodes in all of the series. I love some of them that are so high concept that the sci-fi is a great element, and yet we still get to see the characters respond to it. And I think that's one of the things I really, really like about Voyager. Again, overall, you go, oh God, Janeway's crazy this one, but this time she's normal and everything like that. But if you take single episodes, it's some of the best writing and some of the most fun things to see some of these, the way these characters react,
Yeah.
Now, their version of Lower Decks, where what was it, The Good Shepherd, I think it was called, or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, I will tell you, there is a scene in that took my breath away the first time I saw it, and it still does. It's as Janeway is going around, and that dude that's in like the deepest bowels of Voyager. And and he's like, "Are you lost?" to the captain. He just doesn't care. But they pull away from the window, and you see where he is.
Yeah,
that was a really, really cool shot.
Was it leading up to that just one continuous shot as well, where they're kind of like walking down the hallway, getting to this deep, dark chasm, and then all of a sudden there's that scene, and then they pull away? I think it was just like almost one long continuous shot, and it was awesome.
It was kind of like a Scorsese tracking shot, and I liked it for the simple fact that it addressed. With TNG, you got there were characters you saw, like other the woman with the short hair on the bridge, or people in engineering that you saw all the time. DS9, of course, you had regulars galore, Morn being the most famous, who were not credited, but with Voyager you kind of forgot that there were other crew members, unless all of a sudden one of them popped up to die or come back from the dead,
or
something
the Delaney
like that.
sisters.
Yeah. Oh my God, I forgot about the Delaney sisters. But that was
I think they were mentioned more often than they appeared.
Yeah. But this was a nice one because when he says, "Are you lost?" you realize the captain, Picard would be in engineering. All of the Kirk would be down in a Jeffries tube if he, you realize we never saw Janeway deep in the bowels of the ship.
Nope.
And that was, it was a welcome change.
Yeah, I agree. Now we need to talk about Enterprise.
Or we can save it till next week and do Enterprise and TAS.
We can do that.
We're not.
Or not next week.
We're not having a show next week.
Not the 9/11 show? Sure.
Okay.
You want to just put off
Oh, and
Enterprise till next week?
that's a good week to
Or
do
to-
Enterprise.
I was going to say to do Enterprise. That's actually a pretty good
Yeah.
week to do it.
Yes, that's a really good week for it.
All right.
Cool.
All right.
So we'll do Enterprise and the animated series in.
I love it when
2
we have our
weeks.
staff meetings on the air.
on the air.
Well, it's part
It's
of
it's the transparency of the show.
some of it.
Because I have 5 episodes on my Enterprise list,
Wow.
possibly more. I love Enterprise a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, like I
yeah,
told you, I
much
just
love.
rewatched seasons 3 and 4, and it stuns me how good season 4 was.
And what's so funny is that really season 1 and 2 aren't that bad. I
no,
love
season
them.
1 I like to like. Matter of fact, the first one I have for my Enterprise is off of season 1.
Yeah.
But season 2 kind of hit a. It wasn't bad. It was just there.
Yeah. And then I
they
know that things
retooled
picked
it.
up with the arcs, but
Yeah.
for episodic, I still look back on a lot of season 1 and season 2 Enterprise, and I love them. So, yay! 2 weeks we will pick that up, and we'll move forward. Does anybody have any announcements?
Yes. Earlier we had discussed all of the stuff coming to GNT show and or some of the links that we posted this last week. But we also had received a message from one of the associate producers of Renegades.
Hey, I need to talk to you. Listener mail.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hi, Renegades.
So I'm going to they sent me a little press release that they would like me to read. So excuse me. Let me So Renegades is an action-packed new science fiction web series starring Walter Koenig, Nichelle Nichols, Tim Russ, Robert Beltran, Terry Farrell, and many other Star Trek and sci-fi legends.
Including Aaron Eisenberg.
Yes.
Yay.
Captain Lexus Singh, portrayed by Adrienne Wilkinson of Xena Warrior Princess, leads her starship of rogues, rebels, and outcasts who secretly do the dirty work for the Admiral, Koenig, of the Confederation to keep the quadrant safe from outside threats. All the while, Lex's team is also being hunted by the Confederation officers who don't know they owe the Renegades their lives. Coupled with mind-blowing special effects, aliens, and space battles, Renegades is set to take the internet by storm. This is the swan song for Walter Koenig and Nichelle Nichols in this type of role before they say goodbye to the sci-fi characters that made history for 50 years. Renegades: The Requiem is a 2-part episode that has already been shot and is well into post-production. Please consider donating in these final 4 days of Indiegogo campaign to claim once-in-a-lifetime perks and opportunities and to ensure that this series realizes its full potential. Simply type in Renegades in the search box of Indiegogo.com or go to the links which will be in our show notes. Please also check us out on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube to see our new teaser. Thank you for your support, the Renegades team, and I'm done.
Yay.
Mike just had a stroke at the end.
Mic drop.
That was a lot to read, but yeah, I got through it all. Also, we need Dayton questions. Questions for Mr. Dayton, yes.
Yes, please.
Question for Mr. Dayton. Mr. Dayton, there's a phone call for
Because he's got nothing to do, you know?
No, the guy, he's a slacker. Unlike Kevin. By the way, Kevin,
he's
if you're
posting
listening,
pictures on his blog. I mean, he obviously doesn't have enough
Have
to
you
do.
seen Kevin's and the videos he does with Christine from Hallmark? Have you seen these things?
I'm not
Oh
sure.
my God. Crazy fun.
oh, it's Adrian. Kevin, if you're listening, and I know you are, I really, really need to find out where I can get those cards where you're sitting on the toilet.
I know. It's hilarious.
I really need
Have you
those.
seen these things, Jessica? Have you
Yes,
seen
yes,
these?
I
Oh my
have.
God, they're so
It's-
funny.
Congratulations on your colonoscopy.
Yes, congratulations, Kevin, on your colonoscopy. Kevin is actually going to be the panel mediator or panel moderator for the Star Trek medicine panel at Mission New York.
Oh, interesting.
I guess one of his friends is one of the physicians or nurses that will be speaking on the subject. So I'm hoping that things will go well enough. I can get to pop in and check that one out because, as everybody knows, when it comes to the medical episodes in Star Trek, I'm the one that kind of pops the vein end of my forehead when shit goes wrong, i.e., Crusher. Okay.
What? What'd you
What?
say?
What
He was
about
choking on
Crusher?
Crusher.
Oh,
Fucking Crusher.
Not the Wesley kind either.
No. About what a if there's just better doctors. There's just better doctors than Crusher. Okay.
fucking Paris is a better doctor. Oh, uncalled for.
Actually,
Stop it. No, stop it.
he had far more consideration for his patients' wishes. So I'm excited about that. It's really kind of interesting, the panels that they have at Mission New York. So I'm really hopeful that the three of us will be able to kind of grasp all that we can when we're there. We are going to be crazy. So follow us on follow me on Twitter, because I will be tweeting as much as I can at Terry Lynn S. That's TerryLynns. Nick, where can they follow you? Are you going to be tweeting at all?
I'm sure I will.
Yeah. Facebook.
Sure I will.
Okay. At
Gettysburg 7, and it's the number 7, not the word. It's the Arabic number 7. As in Babe Ruth's number.
Jasper.
Yeah, I'll probably be using
I'm
my
sorry,
main
Babe Ruth
account.
was number 3.
Your
Yeah.
main account?
I'll probably use the main account, which is Shrinking Jess. That's SHRINK. I don't know how the hell to spell it, but there's no S at the end. Leave off the last S for savings.
And I just need to clear it up that I do know that Mickey Mantle wore number 7.
There you go.
I'll be running the home team.
Yes, you will.
Trying to coordinate everything that they do at New York, and also make me feel like part of the team. So whenever you see Nick, Terry, or Janet, ask them, "Where the hell's Mike?"
Yeah.
Mike is
I'm
the
there.
one. Mike is the one sitting on our bail money, waiting to find out when to release it.
Yes,
Just tell me how much and where to send it to.
it's all in escrow.
It's in escrow. Exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
We're very careful with those funds. They're important.
Yes.
So we'll be back on September 11th, which is my
Terry's
birthday.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Say it's your birthday. Oh God. Didn't need to see
Wow.
that.
What? Oh, the
Keiko.
you may
Keiko
now
going
commence
into
pushing.
labor.
You may now commence giving birth.
And then he stands there and looks at her.
I know.
It is
I'm
so
sorry. It's so funny. That cracked me up. That was which episode was that again?
Disaster.
It was
Disaster.
Disaster. That's the one where
Picard's
Troy
trapped in the elevator with the
and-
kids.
and Troy is on the bridge
crashed
when
the
he
ship.
command
Troy's
and
in
shit.
command.
She
Yeah,
did
love it.
not
Crashes.
crash the ship.
No, she didn't.
Even I didn't say that. Oh, Mike, that's a good point.
All right.
What do you think her
All right, guys.
insurance is like?
It's been
Her
it's
ship
been a load of
insurance.
fun. Oh, no kidding. It's got to be high. Those premiums.
She gets the cleavage discount though, so it all balances out a bit.
Wait, she showed off. Oh yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Awesome. All right, you guys. Thanks for joining us for our 250th episode. It's been.
Boy, we made it special.
I know. Just hey, we got through it.
You
It's
know,
gonna be
Trek Geeks could have
crazy.
came on and sang to us.
Nah, I like it being quiet. I really do. The 24-hour show is going to be crazy enough.
Yes. All my planning has been going into that. So
All right. We will see you guys in 2 weeks. Please follow us on Twitter and Facebook if you can. Like our page. Please share, and share some more.
In preparation for 24 hours, Mike's walls look like Aaron Soon's in his jail cell.
it's wallpaper. I tell you, wallpaper.
He's finding connections in all sorts of things. We
Yeah.
don't know really what he's talking about here, but there's newspaper clippings all over the place where he
And-
gets
and
a za
And the
from
sad part
here.
is, every
And it's
Saturday
also
somebody
like-
comes in, takes them off the wall, and throws them all out.
It's also like Benny, where where I'm scribbling on the walls. It's real.
Benny.
It's real. But then they come in once a week and they paint over it, and it's like I have to start over.
His mother comes in and vacuums. It just ruins the entire system.
Too awesome. I love you guys. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Please follow us to find out what's going on at Mission New York. Until then, Live long and prosper.
Kapla.
Enjoy the week off. We're going to be having pastrami. See ya.
Let's be careful out there.
Joel and True, GNT 250. For Michael Hinman, it's August 28th.
Music for the GNT show is provided by 5-Year Mission, Enterprise Blues Band, Warp 11, Andrew Allen, and Rathor. The GNT show is a BLB production.
Move ahead, walk back to 10. Put a mini skirt on my yo man. Represent the human race. And we make space a happy place. To boldly go where no man's gone before. I think I've sang that line once before, but I'm not too sure. We'll be so happy, can't you see? A zero-G community. Gonna travel to new worlds. Beam on down and meet some green girls. Gonna see what we can see. A fancy-free galaxy. To boldly go where no man's gone before. I think I sang that line once before, but I'm not too sure. We'll be so happy, can't you see? A zero-G community. Come and take a tour with me. There'll be no cons or Kobe.